Okay, Shannon, good job reconfiguring this to fit one color. Let's go ahead and take a look. This is smart. Very, very good job here. I'm going to increase this a little bit. Okay, now I want to mention one thing in this regard. So you understand now that when you design personal branding or any logo for that mark, any logo mark for that matter, is you have to keep in mind that eventually that logo is going to have to be viewed as one color or black on white, white on black, reversed, or in one basic color. So it's really good to design that way. Now, that said, and one of the reasons that I really wanted to drive that home to you, what we can do here is we take a look at the results here. This is really nice. I think this is a great logo. I love it. I think one of the things I think that I'm seeing here is the fact that we've got a little bit of illusion going on here, that it's a little bit out of balance. And the reason I say this is because of this diagonal um, the horizontal stem right here is on a diagonal, which creates this negative space, right? I'm sorry, the vertical stem is on a diagonal, which creates this negative space right here, okay? This negative space right here is optically enhanced. It's an illusion, but it looks like the logo itself is pushed, the logo mark is pushed a little bit to the left. What I want you to do is you have to do this optically. There's no, I mean, this could be centered perfectly, but as I said, this little area right here makes it seem like the SW is pushed to the left. So just optically balance this. So select this logo mark and just nudge it over to the right, just a couple of pixels. And actually, I do want to test something right here because we see, okay. Actually, it is out of, it actually is not an optical illusion. You are out of balance here. You want this to be balanced right here, meaning that when you drop this down, you should have the same distance from the edge of your name as you have here. Right now, as we drop this down, we see it's almost into the S. As we drop this down, it's into the R, it's into the second letter. So that is definitely out of balance. So you definitely want to balance that out. Now, what I was saying before is this, is that now you've got your logo finalized and ready to go, right? I think one thing that we could do also is just increase the space between the logo mark and this. So drop this Shannon Word Graphic Design, drop it down a few pixels and create a little bit of a buffer, a little space there. Now, one thing I want to mention is that now you completely understand that logos have to be presented in reverse or on black on white at one point, right? So what you can do is, I think this area right here is a little ambiguous. And what you can do is you can create a logo that's very close to this, okay, and use it as your black and white version. It doesn't have to be the identical version. You can create another logo very similar but not quite identical, okay? So for example, what you could do is you could pull the S away a little bit and just put a stroke, a white stroke on this part, this vertical, the W, that diagonal right there, right on that vertical branch right there, just a little white stroke to separate the S from the W, and that will do it. And you could even pull the S away a little bit more just to increase this negative space right there. So now you've learned how to create the logo, you've learned how to create the reverse of the logo, and you've also learned that you can adjust the reverse of the logo to make it so it doesn't have to be identical. Darn close, but in a case where you are going to place a one color logo or a black on white, you can use the reverse, the specialized logo. Okay, so keep that in mind. All right, great job. Very, very good. Thank you so much for resubmitting and also for doing so rapidly. All right, thanks very much. Any questions at all, Shannon? Let me know. Thanks.